Okay, guys. Yeah, this is a video just showing you how I do things. Nothing complicated about it. I use only 10 colors. No need to go out and buy 1,000 colors, but show you how I use these colors to do what I do. And if you check out my paintings, you'll see that you can achieve most everything you need through these 10 colors. And I'll show you how to mix them and things of that nature. And the tools I use, how to apply them, how to do a composition, how to structure whatever you're going to do to a painting, and well, actually just how to do a painting. Nothing magic about it. But also, I would like to continue teaching. I don't know how long these segments are going to go, but just teach you about artwork and how to varnish, when to varnish, how to repair a painting and old paintings perhaps, and clean and paint, clean and varnish, all that kind of just crazy stuff. But anyway, I think it'll be informative. Hopefully it will. All right, thank you guys. Yeah, guys, this is my new studio, so to speak, temporary studio. It's a lot more scenic than the one I had back in Kentucky, but it's not as artsy. Obviously, I have all my supplies around and scattered around. The one I have back in Kentucky looks more like a supply house, I guess you'd say, but whatever. Anyway, this is what I'm using now because. Well, anyway, this is in Sarasota, Florida. This is Elaine's condo. Elaine had some pretty severe physical difficulties, and I was called down to kind of help her through it a little bit, and which I did. I've been here a year or so. And anyway, she passed away, unfortunately. We all miss her. But anyway, I was asked to stay here a little while until they got all the estate settled up with all the people that, my children that inherited this thing. But anyway, it's nice. It's very nice. And this is one of Elaine's paintings. She has got several paintings I'm going to show you in just a little bit. Darn good artist, I'll tell you. So anyway, I think you'll enjoy this part of it. Yeah, guys, I'd like to introduce you to Savannah, my ugly granddaughter. Of course, you can't expect a lot when your family tree don't work, so no, she's my buddy, my golfing buddy actually, and she's a little techie like all the rest of the family other than myself. I'm definitely not one. So anyway, she's going to help me do a little bit here and manage the photography part a little bit. That little girl in the white t-shirt there is her. That shows you how long I've been working on this piece. And maybe I'll wrap it up one of these days. I don't work on it every day, of course, off and on. So. Yeah, okay, guys. Just want to show you some. Well, these are just canvases, but just let you know that you can get any kind of thing to paint on, and they got to go to any art supply store, and if they don't have it in stock, they'll get it for you. And any size, anything, linen, burlap, treated, non-treated, and when I mean treated, it's usually some kind of tint on it, and. A lot of people will just get the raw canvas and paint gesso or something over it, but I don't do that. I use the tinted ones, and even if I'm stretching myself, and I paint over it, but I usually just put a complete and I never know what color I'm going to put over it, but I'll just over the whole thing and then start painting. But anyway, that's pretty much it, and that's a canvas sheets. You know, it's just like a tablet sheet, and they're very good, and probably better than Rembrandt had. They used curtains and everything else. So, and another thing, these cans. I failed to mention, I think, that on the clean part, clean 1 and 2, I just use plain old mineral spirits, and you can get all these things in any supply store. They're not obviously the way I make mine, but they're the same kind of concept. And you get any kind of palette. Gosh, you got thousands of them, I guess. And but anyway, supplies are not a big problem for us, as you know. That's pretty much it on that in that regard. Yeah, guys, these are some brushes I just pitched out here to give you an idea of what you might get started with. And again, don't start off with something large where you need a big old house painting brush. Start off small, whatever, just something comfortable. And don't go buy your $1 million brushes. I mean, the most important thing is you can't go to the dollar store and get a 10-cent brush because they'll probably leave hair. But that's really all you have to be concerned about. It makes a nice, forms itself nicely and doesn't leave hair. And remember, Rembrandt and those guys made theirs out of horsehair and whatever else they could find. So just because we got better brushes don't mean we're going to paint something better than Rembrandt. It's just a matter of having fun with it. And anyway, this group here is you might not even know all of them really, but just what I would probably want to start with. So anyway, there you go. Oh well, anyway, yeah, that large one there, first one's a flat soft, the next one's a flat soft, the next one's a bristle, and the next one is soft, and so on down the line. And these are just little rounds, so have fun. Okay, guys, this is a mall stick. I guess you all know what it is, but the purpose of it, of course, is just that when your painting is wet, you don't want to put your fingers on it and try to paint your detail work. So it gives you an opportunity to get down real low without touching your painting, slide it on wherever you need it to do your detail work and all that bit, you know. And but anyway, a mall stick, you buy it at a art supply store, and it's probably, I don't know, $10, whatever it is. But you get this at Walmart for 75 cents. So you might want to think about that a little bit. Now this palette, I just got it out of the freezer. So what I do when I get to, with all my, whatever I'm doing there, put my brushes away, I just take my palette, because I already got mixed up. I don't want to have to come back tomorrow and mix them all up again if I don't have to, if I got some I can use. So I just stick it in the freezer, and it'll last a few days. And my palette is, I use just a regular old dinner plate, but and this is what I would use normally, but I found this little thing here. It's a little bit longer. I guess they call it a serving plate, because you can tell it's been around 100 years or so. And but I use tin foil, or that's what I call it, or Reynolds wrap, whatever you want, heavy duty, and turn the dull side up, and you're ready to rock and roll. That's pretty much it. And then of course I have my paint rags down here when I do what I just did, and that's get paint all over everything. And that's pretty much the way it's done here. Let me think. Oh yeah, a couple more things. Of course you're going to need a palette knife and a pair of pliers. And the reason you need a pair of pliers is a lot of times these lids, when you set them back and haven't used them for a long time, paint does stick, and paint, as you know, it sticks. So you try to open it up and it doesn't do well. All you have to do is take it like that and hold the top of it like so, and just crack it a little bit, and it'll crack open, and then you can open it without busting your tube. Okay? Yeah, that's pretty much covers the bases here. Okay, let's drop it for right now. Okay guys, I'm actually going to do a little bit of painting, just show you the procedures and how I go about it and all that stuff. Nothing complicated, obviously. And well, I dropped my brush on the floor. One I'm going to use. Yeah, there you go. All right. Anyway, I got my clean 1, clean 2, and I leave clean 2 on. Clean 2 over here. I don't use it while I'm painting. Clean 1, I start out just rinsing my brush out, and then dipping it in my medium, and then I put it in my paint, like so. And then I get up here, and since this is dry, I don't think I need my maul stick on this one. And I could use my finger otherwise if I needed to. But anyway, I go in here and then I just kind of bring out that leaf a little bit, that leaf a little bit, that leaf a little bit, that one, and maybe that one, and that one, that one, and that one, and that one. And let's go down here and get some of these. That one. And well, anyway, I won't bore you with all that. And anyway, I do the same thing in reverse, go back and move some back, move some forward, da-da-da-da. And I do a lot of it with reverse glazing. But I'll get into that in the next segment, how we glaze, move stuff back and forth. But anyway, now that I'm done, or let's just say I'm finished with all I'm going to do today. I rinse my brush out. Well, first of all, when I'm changing colors, first thing I do is, like I say, I want to change colors. And go, well, I'll do it right now. Say I want to change colors. Well, I got my brush loaded apparently, because I was painting. So I take off the excess, rinse it out, so I don't muddy up my my cleaning fluid there. And then I start with my next color, and I go ting, 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 whatever I'm going to do with it. And then I clean it out, and then clean it, go back here again, go around and around and around and around, and till I'm done painting. That's pretty much it. So when I'm done painting, I clean it here on my first one, first of all. And these little guys here are just things I cut up a paper towel into little bitty things like this. Then I wipe off my excess stuff, pitch it in the garbage, and go from there. And now I'm done. Let's just assume I'm done painting. So what I do is then I'll take the lid off a clean tube, like so. And it's totally clean because everything's settled and I haven't used it in several days. So it's clean. So clean my brush out, clean it really, really well. And use my paint rags, of course, until I do it clean. I'm sure I'm done. Then I use motor oil, ching and ching, and then I shake my brush exactly like I like it, and I put it away. And that's what that's my circle and the way I paint. And my brushes, like I may have told you, but some of those, gosh, they don't even have paint on them anymore, but I've had them for 100 years, and and I don't need to buy any more. They're all as good as they're as good as anything I can buy on the market. I'll put it that way. And they'll last you forever if you just go through that process. Now, I don't know did I show you the way I make these tins? Anyway, the way I make these containers. Coffee container, tuna can, a bunch of holes punched in it with a nail and a hammer, of course. Concave in the middle so the fluids will run down easily. But you can get this same concept at any supply store. Just not exactly like this, of course, but it's the same concept, and you can buy it at any supply store. Paints, I mentioned before, I use 10 colors, and when I say in my painting, part of it all, buy regular tubes of these kind and large tubes of white, and based on this is the kind of image you're looking at here. These are what they call regular tubes, and these are the white large tubes, because you use a lot of this. And anyway, that's pretty much it. Yeah, one thing I think I neglected, these cans, can 1, can 2, both of the fluid in there is mineral spirits. And the Terp can, the medium, is, and I think I mentioned it was terpenoid and linseed oil. Now, people who use a lot of different mediums, and chances are nobody uses that particular one, but I was putting a spoonful of Demar varnish in the medium, but it dried too slow, and I like to do a lot of glazing, so it really made it difficult. So, and we know that dark colors dry, fade when they dry a little bit, and that's why that kind of medium is good. However, what I do is in my last glazing process, right before it, I'll spray the areas, dark areas, with retouch varnish. So it works for me. Okay, I mentioned it before, I think, a little bit, but I usually keep notes on my easel, kind of help me with my stupidity. I leave this one on there at all times. It says wet wipe dust, and so it's very important because you leave your painting away for a few days, and you come back, start painting, you're painting dust in it. Everything gets dusty. It's natural. So you don't want to paint dust in your painting. But anyway, and the biggest thing though is when you get ready to varnish it, because a lot of people say you leave oils a year before you varnish them. That's probably true with palette and after artists, or artists that use a lot of paint in their brush, a lot of texture. But I paint relatively thin, do a lot of glazing, so 6 months is about what I do, somewhere in that neighborhood. And anyway, when you varnish it, it's been sitting for 6 months, and I guarantee it's got a ton of dust. In a year, it'll be a whole lot. But anyway, so be sure to wet wipe before you start doing anything with this thing. Your paintings. And then I leave notes to myself, like this one right here for this particular one. Move that blanket back a bit, bring the duck out a little bit, daddy duck, so you can see him. Some more reverse lighting in this area right here. And just some notes to myself, so that just, no big issue, but that's just the way I do it. Okay, yeah, the first picture you see there is Elaine doing a little modeling in her home. She, I think it was about a year after we got married in 65 or 66, somewhere along in there. Never could remember those things. But and the second picture is of Shayna, her granddaughter's watercolor she did of her, and she did a lot of watercolors and a lot of portraits for people with watercolors. And they all seem to like them very well. The next one's just a landscape watercolor. And she did about 3 oils that I'm aware of, maybe more, but the 3 that I'm aware of. This is one of them, her last one actually, and it's Roy's cabin. That's her brother Roy, and out of Bristol, Tennessee, and up in the mountains out of Bristol. And anyway, she could do about any kind of medium, but these are the things she dwelt on watercolor mostly. So, yeah, guys, if you don't mind, check this thing over. I've been working on it quite a while. That little girl in the white T-shirt is Savannah. I just introduced you to a little bit ago. So, anyway, the lady on the rock is my daughter, and that's her children. So, anyway, just look it over, and anything you see in there that I might be able to improve on and maybe quit working on this thing. I've been working on it off and on for, as you can see, a few years. So anyway, if you see anything in there that would help me wrap it up, I appreciate it. Any obvious mistakes, and you probably say trash it, which might be the right thing to do. I don't know. We'll consider that one. So anyway, oh, by the way, there's I had some animals in my pictures now and then, not very often, but once in a while I do. But this one's got a squirrel, a couple of birds, and a rabbit in there somewhere. So anyway, I appreciate any help you can get so I can turn this thing loose. Thank you, guys. Yeah, guys, these are a bunch of paintings I've done through the years. As you can see, most of them are about children and family members doing things in rural areas, and just happen to be something I'm pretty familiar with. And the models in them are family members, as I said, and they're a lot cheaper than professional models, and better looking. So, no, but anyway, hope you like them. If you can check them all out at DuaneRProbus.com, and I hope you like them. And if the next segment's going to be a little more informative than this one, just kind of introduce you to what we do, that sort of thing, tools and so on. But next one we get more involved in how to structure a painting, how to paint, the whole bit. And so hope you enjoyed this whole series of things. All right, have a good day. All right, thanks. Bye.